ABC 15 breaking news.
Is this the guy who's been terrorizing our valley freeways? DPS arresting Leslie Merritt Jr., saying he is their guy, at least for some of the shootings. ABC 15 first on the air with this news tonight.
And we have live team coverage on every angle of this story, how they found him, where they found him, and we're uncovering all kinds of details about his past. We have crews spread all across the valley. John Erickson live where Merritt was arrested. Nohelani Graff just talked to the suspect's dad.
Also Kim Tobin with an exclusive interview of the first person of interest who's now a free man. But we kick off our coverage at the live desk. And Steve, this arrest is huge news, but this isn't even over yet.
No, not even close at this point. DPS saying forensic tests on a gun led them to Merritt. And while they can't say he is the only suspect at this point, they are confident that he is at least one of the suspects here. Meantime, our cameras were there as DPS escorted Merritt into their headquarters, and the story has really captured the attention of the entire country. Nobody should have to fear driving to work or taking their kids to school. Well, DPS is now saying social media actually played a role in apprehending Merritt. On his Facebook page, we found multiple posts defending gun rights and the Second Amendment, and at least 4 videos showing Merritt firing a weapon. That includes 2 videos posted in July showing Merritt firing a handgun. Now, in the video, he identifies that weapon as a 9mm, the same kind of weapon that is believed was used in the first 4 shootings. I also found numerous posts showing what appears to be a general distrust of the government, even reports from conspiracy theory websites which raise questions about Jade Helm, the military exercise in a number of states that survivalists believe is part of a government conspiracy to disarm or even microchip American citizens.
Right now to the scene of tonight's arrest, 57th Avenue in Northern, the parking lot of a Walmart.
ABC 15's John Erickson standing by, talking to witnesses, and John, probably seems like this all happened in a flash.
Katie and Faye, like you said, the arrest happened right in this parking lot at a Walmart, 57th Avenue and Northern in Glendale. It happened just over my shoulder here on the left side of your screen. We spoke exclusively with a shopper who was coming out of the store, and he didn't realize it at the time, but he was right next to that suspect when police moved in. And we also have the exclusive video that witness shot of the arrest as it went down. Listen.
We're coming out to put our groceries in the car, and there's some guy walking really close to us. And out of nowhere, this cop comes out, and he has an AR pointed at him. He's like, "Get on the ground." This guy drops everything immediately, gets on the ground, and then more cars pull up. They surround him. Everybody's around him. And it didn't look like just regular cops. They all had guns drawn, and we're like, what the heck? It was just crazy. He almost seemed kind of surprised, but he was really calm about it. Like, he didn't run, didn't flinch or anything. He just got down right away.
And then after that suspect was hauled away by police, that's when investigators started looking into a car right here in the parking lot, a gray Saturn. Witnesses said that they fingerprinted it here and then hauled away. And then we were there as that same car arrived at a DPS impound lot. So that car, we certainly imagine part of this investigation. And then we talked to another shopper here who witnessed the suspect being hauled away. What a surprise to a shopping trip here. Listen to what he had to say.
We just walked in and we went shopping, and as we come out, the Walmart associate told us, "Can you believe they got the I-10 shooter right here?" And we're like, that's when we were like, holy, whoa, okay, that's what happened.
That is what happened. The suspected I-10 shooter, at least in some of the incidents, arrested right here in front of people as they're going to Walmart shopping on a Friday night. We're only beginning to learn about that suspect, guys. Leslie Allen Merritt Jr.
Incredible details tonight, John. Thank you. And we know the suspect recently pawned off a 9mm gun. This is where we believe he did it, the Mo Money Pawn Shop. That's over at 12th Street and Indian School. On its website, the shop claims to be the largest family-owned pawn and merchandise showroom in Arizona. DPS tonight saying the gun was forensically linked to at least the first 4 freeway shootings. Of course, before now, all eyes were on Oscar De La Torre Munoz, and he just got out of jail.
ABC 15, the only station hearing from him tonight. Let's get over to Kim Tobin live at the Lower Buckeye Jail. Kim.
Yeah, Faye and Katie, as soon as Munoz walked out of those doors, we were here waiting for him. He didn't want to talk for long, but he spoke exclusively with ABC 15. Outside those doors, he had friends and family waiting for him here. He looked tired, ready to go home. I told him that DPS arrested a person in the freeway shootings, a suspect, and this is what he had to say responding to that information.
Well, I hope this time it's the right person. Well, I got nothing against nobody, but they need to make sure they get their facts straight next time.
Right. And any plans moving forward? Do you think police will try to pursue you? What do you think is going to happen?
I'm not sure, but I don't know. I'm not going to say nothing anymore.
Again, Munoz was arrested 1 week ago as a person of interest in the freeway shootings. DPS says he still remains a person of interest. They held him on a marijuana charge but never filed a police report, so they could not revoke his probation, and the judge said they could not hold him. I also specifically asked Munoz if he knows that 21-year-old suspect that was arrested just hours before his release, that Leslie Merritt Jr., he told me no. I spoke with his attorney shortly after that, just moments ago. He says this entire situation, his client being held here for 1 week, has been, quote, very frustrating. Back to you.
Kim, thank you.
ABC 15 also hearing from the suspect's father tonight, Leslie Merritt Sr.
Yeah, ABC 15's Nohe Lanigraf was the first to break the news of tonight's arrest to him. And Nohe, he had no idea his son had been arrested?
No, it was a totally unexpected visit from us. You know, Merritt hasn't even been processed yet, let alone given the chance to make a jailhouse phone call. And he doesn't live with Dad anymore, so who even knows if that's a phone call that he would make? As for Dad's reaction, I can tell you, without even knowing why his son had been arrested, simply that he was arrested, he yelled in shock, went back into his house to collect himself, came back out, and then said, "No way, my son is innocent." A warning, though, he uses very strong language to make that point.
I don't know if you're aware your son has just been arrested.
Excuse me?
He's just been accused of the I-10 shootings.
Oh, they're so stupid.
Would you like to tell me about him or say anything on his behalf?
Yeah, but I'll say plenty on his behalf. Yeah. Whoever said he's the I-10 shooter is a moron. Have a good night.
So again, you were just listening to the I-10 shooting suspect's father says that police have the wrong guy. On a side note, he has his own felony rap sheet that is pretty lengthy and does include weapons violations. Faye and Katie.
Meantime, getting some confirmed information from a Phoenix City councilman. Check out these tweets tonight from Councilman Sal DeCiccio. The first reading freeway shooter case, 4 confirmed incidents from the same 9mm handgun. DPS located that handgun, recently pawned at a pawn shop. And then above, lab analysis then confirming the same gun as the freeway shootings. The person who pawned the gun, the same person who purchased the gun.
Has been digging into Merritt's past for us.
And Dave, this isn't his first run-in with police.
No, it's not. We've been searching police and court records, and we found Leslie Merritt does have a criminal past. In fact, we found 2 cases, both in 2013. In November 2013, Merritt pled guilty to what appears to be a hit and run. The official charges were for failing to stop at a scene involving a damaged vehicle. And earlier that year, in February, Merritt was charged with assault and criminal damage, but it looks like those charges were dropped. There were also 3 different family court cases. The first is a 2012 case in which Merritt filed an order of protection against someone who was not named. He also has 2 other family court cases that appeared to involve his children. Now, we also reached out to Phoenix Police to find out more about those 2 2013 cases. We'll be sure to get that information out as soon as we can.
Dave, thank you. And we know the suspect arrested tonight won't face any terrorism-related charges. The Maricopa County attorney says the freeway shootings are domestic terrorism. However, he could not file any terrorism-related charges against the alleged shooter.
What I want to underscore, too, is that what has happened to date could be addressed in one of several different ways. Charges could include endangerment, criminal damage, and aggravated assault. And in each instance in which a deadly weapon or a dangerous instrument is used, those are all prison-eligible offenses.
Bill Montgomery says Arizona's law isn't written to allow for terrorism charges in this case. Now remember, DPS saying more copycats could still be out there. We continue tracking all the new developments on this story. In fact, we have an entire section over on abc15.com devoted to the freeway shootings. And the advice from DPS remains the same here. If you see something, say something. Call 602-644-5805.